Okay, this is a new segment I'm going to do where I read Heather Cox Richardson to my Freyja. I try to do it every night. So this is Heather Cox Richardson's post from Sunday. Gotta move this phone a little bit so I can read. And this is my Freyja, so you got present Freyja, pleasant, sweet Freyja to look at, and I'm going to read softly to her. October 26, 2025. Economist Paul Krugman probably didn't have the Erie Canal in mind today when he wrote about the rise of renewable energy, but he could have. The themes are similar. In his newsletter, Krugman noted that renewables have grown explosively in the past decades, spurred on by what he calls a virtuous circle of falling costs and increasing production. That circle is the result of subsidies that made renewable energy a going concern in the face of fossil fuels. Today, he points out, reports like that of Vice President Dick Cheney's 2001 Energy Police Task Force warned that renewable energy would play a vital role in the nation's energy future. Would be funny if the Trump administration weren't echoing them. A trivial role. In fact, as Krugman notes, solar and wind are unstoppable. They produced 15% of the world's electricity in 2024 and account for 63% of the growth in electricity production since 2019. Green energy will continue to grow even if U.S. policy tries to wrench us back to burning coal, with important geopolitical implications. Krugman writes, China is racing ahead. You hear that, Frey? China's doing it. Krugman notes that it was originally Alexander Hamilton who called for government investment in new technologies to enable the economy of the infant United States of America to grow and compete with other nations. But Hamilton was not the only one thinking along those lines. In the early years of the American Republic, trade was carried on largely by water, which was much easier to navigate than the nation's few rough roads. You're right, you're fine, Frey. In 1783, even before the end of the Revolutionary War, George Washington was contemplating how to open the vast inland navigation of these United States to trade. In 1785, after the war had ended, Washington became the head of a company created to develop a canal along the Potomac River that would link the eastern seaboard with the Ohio Valley, bypassing the waterfalls and currents that made navigation treacherous. But under the Articles of Confederation then in place, the country's states were sovereign, and there was no system for managing the waterways that traversed them. In 1785, representatives from Maryland and Virginia agreed on a plan for navigation on the Potomac and other local waterways, as well for commerce, regulations, and debt collection. Virginia delegates then invited representatives from all the states to another meeting on commercial issues to take place in Annapolis, Maryland on September 11, 1786. That second meeting called for a constitutional convention to discuss possible improvements to the Articles of Confederation. Delegates met in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the summer of 1787. They produced the United States Constitution. With a new, stronger government in place, lawmakers and business leaders turned back to the idea of investing in infrastructure to facilitate economic development. Lawmakers in New York worried that settlers in the western part of the state would move their produce north to Lake Ontario and the St. Lawrence River into Canada, breaking the region off from the United States. The vast lands around the Great Lakes would naturally follow. New York legislators asked Congress to appropriate money to build a canal across the state from the Hudson River to Lake Erie, avoiding Lake Ontario to keep traders away from Montreal. But while Congress did pass creating a fund to construct roads and canals across the nation, are you sick of me reading? Are you sick of me reading? Well, anyway, that was Heather Cox Richardson. I'm not gonna finish it because unless there's something really. But anyway, she's talking about the creation of the Erie Canal and the creation of the federal government knowing that the states can't do it on their own. So that's the gist, and that's my Freyja. I'm gonna see if anybody's interested. Oh, ain't she cute? You gonna give kisses? Mm-hmm. Oh, who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Oh, she's the sweetest thing. She's just the sweetest thing. She looks like a little muffin. Oh, okay.